Hi, good morning. This is English 4, Section 99, Unit 3, Writing. So, Task 3 is about writing a problem solution essay. So, what do you think of this boy? Okay, the boy has a problem, and of course, he thinks of a solution. If we have a problem, we certainly have solutions to that, and that is what you're going to write about today. But before the lesson proper, if you can remember, we have like 3 pages left when we have the reading practice, reading 1. So could you please go back to page 166, reading skill. Okay, reading skill, making inferences. Making inferences means reading between the lines of a text. This means that a reader guesses something is true based on what is written and on his or her knowledge about the topic. Making inferences is a very useful skill for reading. It's a way to get more information from a text beyond what is written. So when we talk about making inferences, so we deal with 2 things here. What is written, or what do you read, and of course what you know about the topic. So it's not just about the understanding of what is written, but also of what you know about what you are reading about, okay, or on what you're reading about. So read the sentence from reading 1. It says, a desert is not the first place that comes to mind when you think of sustainability. What can you infer from this sentence? What do you think of when you see the word desert? It's hot in the desert. There isn't much water. It can be difficult for plants and animals to survive there. You can use what's written and what you already know to infer that it's not usual to think of sustainability in the desert. Okay, the question asks the word infer. This is the verb form, right? And the noun form is inferences. Okay, so making inferences, so you infer. Let's talk about this one, okay? The word is sustain. You have sustainable, you have sustainability. Okay, we heard, or we have the word on previous page. So if we talk about sustainability, the root word of that is sustain, the verb sustain. You add able and that becomes sustainable. So what do you mean by that word? It means sustainable is able to be used without being completely used up or destroyed, involving methods that do not completely use up or destroy natural resources, and able to last or continue for a long time. So can you imagine, we're thinking about a desert, and then you think about do not completely use up or destroy natural resources. This is, of course, like the last thing that you're going to think about when you say a desert. We cannot really think that it is associated with natural resources. Maybe when we think about rainforest or agricultural lands, then that will be okay. So let's go back to the statement. That is why it says a desert is not the first place that comes to mind that you think of sustainability. Reading skill. Read a sentence. Circle the inferences that can be made from each statement. Okay, 1, or the first statement. As more people move to cities, there is a tremendous strain on public transportation systems. So what is the inference of the first statement? A. Trains and buses will need to run more frequently and will probably break down more often. B. The systems are old and need to be repaired. The answer is letter A. Why letter A? Letter A talks about public transportation systems. Trains and buses are examples of public transportation systems. And we talk about more people here. So if there are more people, it means you need to have more transportation systems. They need to use more transportation. And of course, since we use more public transportation, so they have the tendency to break down. You can connect the words. Train is a negative word. You can relate this word to break down. And so when we talk about more people means more trains and buses. 2. If cities are to survive into the 21st century, they need to become more sustainable. Sorry for that. Again, okay, I'll read the second statement. If cities are to survive into the 21st century, they need to become more sustainable. So what is the inference? A. They need to have more hotels and places for people to live. If they don't, cities won't survive. B. Cities need to provide more of their own food and energy. If they don't, they won't survive. Please answer. Number 3, or statement number 3. One way to use less energy is to buy food that is produced locally. A. Transporting food requires energy. B. Food tastes better when it is grown close to home. Statement number 4. If cities made more walkable, less energy will be used. A. People will lose weight by walking more. B. People won't be taking forms of transportation that use fossil fuel if they're walking. Please pause the video and answer. Okay, let's check the answers. If you can remember, in 1, the answer is letter A. Yes. How about number 2? The answer is letter B. Yes, here. Okay, if cities are to survive into the 21st century, they need to become more sustainable. Okay, here. So it means that cities need to provide more of their own food and energy, or else they won't survive. Okay, it has nothing to do with hotels and places. When we talk about survival, it means we need to have more food, okay, and energy. Okay, number 3, one way to use less energy is to buy food that is produced locally. So what does it infer? Very good. So that is letter A. Okay, here. And number 4, if cities made more walkable, less energy will be used. Best answer is letter. Very good. Letter B. Here, people won't be taking forms of transportation that use fuel if they're walking. So we save the world. We make the earth greener in that way. Reading skill. Read the sentences about reading 1 and check the inferences that can be made from the reading. Find the sentences in reading 1 that support the answers you check. Okay, 1. There will be no roads in Mazda. 2. You won't be able to leave the city. 3. It's very sunny in Abu Dhabi. 4. There will be no oil-powered energy plants in Mazda. 5. Students who come to study at MISD are interested in building another city like Mazda. So all you need to do is go back to page 160 here and find the sentences that have the inferences of the statement we have in 1 to 5, right, on page 163. Please pause the video. Okay, let's check the answers. So at number 1, is it a check in number 1? See? Oh, okay. That is a tick. So there will be no roads in Mazda. Let's check here. Okay, first, there will be no cars within the city's walls. Of course, if there are no cars, it means there will be no roads. So we will get the sentence and write here. How about number 2? You won't be able to leave the city. We didn't see any statement that refers to this one. Okay, 3. It's very sunny in Abu Dhabi. Again, there's none. 4. And number 3, it's very sunny in Abu Dhabi. Is that a tick? Yes. Here. Okay, sorry. That is number. Okay, page. Here. The city is situated so that it gets a great deal of sun on one side. So we copy the statement and write here. How about number 4? There will be no oil-powered energy plants in Mazda. Again, that is also a tick. And that is on the very first page of reading 1. The entire city will be powered by these renewable form of energy. So you copy the whole statement here. Oops, and that's it. Okay, how about number 5? It says students who come to study at MIST are interested in building another city like Mazda. There's no tick to that. So we have 3 answers here on page 168. So that is about reading 1. So welcome to the lesson proper again. Just to remind you, this is writing a problem solution essay. So writing a problem solution essay or a thesis statements. A problem solution essay describes the problem and gives some suggestions for solving the problem. A good problem solution essay includes a thesis statement that introduces the topic and states what the problem is. Okay, I'd like to highlight that one up here. Get 2 or more body paragraphs that describe possible solutions to the problem, and a concluding paragraph that restates the problem and summarizes the solutions. So the thesis statement gives the main idea of the whole essay. In the introductory paragraph of a problem solution essay, the thesis statement describes the situation that has caused the problem and states specifically what the problem is. The thesis statement below is underlined. Okay, allow me to read to you the thesis statement. Today, everyone is very concerned about the environment, in particular global warming caused by carbon dioxide emissions. Since cities are responsible for producing most 80% of the world's most dangerous carbon emissions, they need to focus on lowering their carbon emissions. So again, it says the thesis statement gives the main idea of the whole essay. So this one describes the situation that has caused a problem and state what the problem is. So what is the problem here? Okay, the problem is carbon emissions. And what causes the problem? Okay, the cause is what? Cities. Okay, let's review the structure in writing. Here, the first paragraph talks about the thesis statement, yes, and we talk about the body part. Here, the body paragraphs cite the solution to the problem. Okay, so you can have 2 or 3 body paragraphs. It depends. If you have 3 solutions, then you can write up to 3 paragraphs. If you only have 2 solutions, then you can just stick to 2 paragraphs. The last paragraph talked about the concluding paragraph, which talks about the problem, stating the problem again, writing the problem again, of course in different words, and of course a summary of the solutions. So this is how will it look like. First paragraph, and your thesis statement is here. So what does it do? It introduces the topic and states what the problem is. Of course you have to be creative when you write. You just don't say that this is a problem in one sentence. So you need to make an introduction to your thesis statement. And here, so supposing you have 2 solutions to the problem, then you can have it in paragraph 2, okay, and paragraph 3. But I think you don't just need to write about the solutions, but also you need to discuss how will the solution work. And in 3, for concluding paragraph, you have to restate the problem, okay, and then summarize the solution. So you have to get a bit of this and a bit of this, a bit of this, all here. Now let's talk about the body of the essay. The examples here has 3 solutions to the problem. So we have 3 paragraphs. Okay, before we talk about the structure, so let's see. The body of the essay describes possible solutions to the problem stated in the thesis statement. Each body paragraph describes a solution and includes details that explain how or why each solution will work. This is the one that I told you about a while ago, that you just don't state the solutions, but you also have to explain how and why your solutions will work. Okay, so for the body paragraph 1, so one way to lower carbon emissions in cities is to use renewable energy sources for heating and cooling buildings. So remember, the problem here is the carbon emissions. So first solution is to lower it by using renewable energy sources for heating and cooling. And then in paragraph 2, it says another way to lower carbon emissions is to develop more efficient public transportation systems. And for paragraph 3, finally, we need to provide more green space and plant more trees to help absorb the carbon dioxide emissions. Just don't forget that we have the keywords here. It says one way, and it says another way, and finally. Of course, you can have another form of keywords. You can have first, you can have second, and you can have finally or lastly. Okay, our first solution is it depends. And then the concluding paragraph, it summarizes the problem and the solutions described in the essay. For questions, please just PM me anytime on FB. if there is something that you need to learn more, or you need to more explanations about the body here, about the lesson, so just feel free to PM me before you write, of course. Now read a sample of a problem solution essay. The title of this is Ideas for Ending Our Traffic Problems. What is the problem? Traffic. I just realized that we had a problem with this page a while ago. Okay, so let me show you the whole page that I played with. So this is the body paragraphs. Okay, and you have the concluding paragraph. So you have the keywords here. It says one way to lower carbon emissions, and then you have another way to lower carbon emissions, and finally we need to provide more green space and plant more trees. You can also have actually different keywords, okay? You can use the phrases such as these for body paragraphs, like one solution to the problem. So that will be in your first paragraph. Then you can use, or you can write another way to solve the problem and additional solution to the problem. And the last part is always lastly. Okay? Or you can have finally. Let's go back to the reading proper. Okay, please read, and also this page. So please pause the video. Pre-writing. Answer these questions about the essay on the previous pages. Question number 1. What is a thesis statement in the introductory paragraph? Underline it. Currently, your downtown area is not a pleasant place to be because of congestion, and this is a serious situation that needs to be addressed immediately. So that is the thesis statement. That is the answer to number 1. So here, congestion, okay, talks about traffic. Number 2, what is the first solution that the writer suggests to solve the problem in the body paragraph? Put brackets around this information with the number 1. Okay, let's go back to the article here. This is your keyword. It says first. Okay, so that is the first solution. First, we need to ban passenger cars from the downtown area. Okay, here. So that is solution 1. Oops. Okay. Question 3. What is the second solution that the writer suggests to solve the problem in body paragraph 2? Put the brackets around this information with the number 2. So this is your cue. You have second. Okay, here. Okay, so we end here. If we ban cars from our downtown areas, we will need to provide alternative forms of transportation for people coming to shop and visit. One way to do this is with street cars. So that is solution 2. Question 4. What is the third solution that the writer suggests to solve this problem in body paragraph 3? Put the brackets around this paragraph and or with the number 3. So you have again your keyword or your key phrase another way. So to decrease traffic is to encourage people to ride bikes. Question number 5. Does the concluding paragraph summarize the problem and solutions described in the essay? Underline the sentence that summarizes the problem. Circle the sentence that summarizes the solutions. So it says here, underline the sentence, problem, circle the sentence that summarizes the solution. Okay, which one summarizes the problem? Okay, our downtown area has extremely become crowded in recent years, and it's time to start taking action to change this. So underline here, oh, here, okay. And then it says circle the sentence that summarizes the solutions. So eliminating cars from downtown, introducing a streetcar system, and creating bike lanes are a few possible solutions to improve our city. So let's circle the sentence. Uh-oh. Okay. So imagine that's a circle. Okay, let's review the answers. Okay, we have here, this is the thesis statement, and this is solution 1, or the first solution. And you have solution 2, solution 3, and we have the summary of the problem and the summary of the solutions. Let's take a look at the writer's suggested solutions again. Okay, first here, right? Okay, second here, and another way, or the last suggested solutions. So in short, these are the suggested solutions: eliminating cars from downtown, introducing a streetcar system, and creating a bike lane. Okay, here. Do you agree with the writer's suggested solution? Why or why not? Okay, could you please write to me the answer to the question? You can just PM the answers to my, of course, FB account. Okay, maybe you can just write a paragraph about your opinion. Thank you very much. Okay, now get yourself prepared, or be prepared for writing. So here, list some solutions to the problem, right? Okay, choose one problem, maybe in your city, at school, in your neighborhood. Okay, and then for the introductory paragraph, you write a thesis statement that describes the situation and that caused the problem, and state specifically what the problem is. Okay, be specific. And then in body paragraph 1, describe one suggestion for solving the problem. So this is your S1. And here, please give details that explain how or why the solution will work. So let's review again. State the problem, maybe in your city, at school, or neighborhood. Neighborhood, the place that you are staying now, or the place that you stay now. And then paragraph 1 suggestion for solving the problem, and then you give details and explain that how or why the solution will work. And then here for body paragraph 2, describe the second suggestion for solving the problem. So you have the same pattern, what is the solution, and of course you have to state how or why the solution will work. And then paragraph 3, if you have 3 solutions in mind, then it's better. Okay, so you could have third or the body paragraph 3, but if you only have 2 solutions in mind, then that's actually okay with me. And the last one, you have to write or summarize the problem and the suggested solutions. That'll be your concluding paragraph. So if you have 3 solutions, then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs. But if you only have like 2 solutions, then you have 4. Okay, please pause the video and write. After writing, let's discuss your work. Okay, it says here, post writing discussion, discuss your writing with your partner. You cannot do that, of course. So let's just discuss your writing here. Okay, 1, underline the thesis statement in the introductory paragraph. Okay, so if you have your paper with you, if you have the writing with you, you underline please your thesis statement, and then you circle the first solution that you wrote or you suggest to solve the problem, and then you put brackets around the second solution. Okay, and then 4, circle the third solution that you suggest to solve the problem, and then underline the sentence that summarizes the problem. Also circle the sentence that summarizes the solution. If you don't have any paragraph 3, then you can skip this as well. Again, if you have questions about the task, this is task 3, then you can just PM me anytime in this space. So feel free to reach me if you have questions, and if you have the time, you can write, or you can email me the writing practice.